Hi everybody. Cutting this one late. I was out all day with Consuelo attempting to build a thing over in the side yard, which I'm still working on, so just about to wrap everything up and go in for the night. But I told y'all, oh look, here's Jackie, that I would talk about a little bit about D-trans for tonight, so that's what I'm gonna do. Hi Jackie. Hi Jackie. Hi. Hi ma'am. So do this. So I had a kind of a bad news, I guess, on our trip, on our little camping adventure. I learned that one of the, I guess, the OG D-trans gals that I had followed for a long time on the web, and had met at another women's event. I had heard this weekend that she went back, and I guess that's retrans is what they're calling it, of all things, retrans. So that's heartbreaking, and it also kind of tied in with what I had heard. These are some of the Oregon tomatoes. They're starting to come in. We've had a couple. They're delicious and they're messing up my stomach and I don't care. And there's Morella, of course, FOMO. It's heartbreaking, of course, to see that, but it's also kind of, well, other things. So anyway, I had this other experience this weekend where another D-trans gal that we had just met in passing was kind of doing some trans or true trans, as far as I can understand. Like, some males really are, I guess in the wrong body would be the implication, and we should, I don't know, I can't speak for what she felt like that meant, but I got the impression that it meant that she thought, they could be in our spaces and whatnot, which oh, hi honey, here comes Annabelle bringing up the rear. Berenice and Lenore. Hi everybody. Hi sweet pea. So they are starting to look a little, I'll call it disorganized, and I think they're getting ready. See this? I think they're getting ready to start in on their fall molt, which it'll be their first one, and I'm super excited to see what a disaster area they look like after that. So remember how pretty they look now, because I don't think it's gonna last. Anyway, girls, can you back up? I can't get you in the picture. You're just too close, Annabelle. You're too close. So I got the impression that she really felt like there are some quote unquote true trans, to which I must I obviously, do I do anything else but vociferously object? I'm not capable of anything else. I vociferously objected. I'm pretty sure I offended her because she pretended like she didn't know us for the rest of the weekend. But she's young, and I don't care, because there are no true trans. You're talking about people that have. Are there true anorexics where we should do surgery on them and give them liposuction to, give them the bodies that they think they should have? No, ma'am, you have to stay here. It's almost bedtime. Ma'am. No, we don't do that. People that have various other forms of body dysmorphia, like, I get people have body dysmorphia, but you don't cut off their leg, and if you do, that's really fucked up, and you're violating the what is that, Hippocratic Oath, right? Just because somebody has a certain mental condition, we don't turn it into an identity and give them medical treatment for it, or encourage them to pursue that, or most importantly, from my point of view, allow that to be a reason that they get a special fucking pass to go into the loo and compete against women and get counted as a woman in crime statistics and etc. Oh my god, as an aside, have you guys seen what's going on with Chris Chan? Oh my god, Kiwi Farms has exploded in hilarity. I can't even, like, why is this person still walking the earth? And every woman that wants to be a mother to a son, just consider that could be your kid. How do you know it's not going to be? You don't. So anyway, but I'm just a mean, bitter old feminist who thinks we have too many rapists walking around. Wow, but he's really, I can't. Anyway, so back to the D-trans. So between hearing about my my acquaintance who had retrans, and then meeting this gal who is also supposedly D-trans, I have to get up because the bugs are coming in. You all are being not helpful. Okay. And meeting this supposed D-trans woman who had the same flippin' ideas as anybody who was still part of the cult. I gotta say, like, I was always of the opinion that this is the what is this? The stuff that smells like licorice, fennel, and it's gone insane. I gotta get these seeds off of it. They taste really good. It tastes like licorice, like you get after you eat an Indian meal. They give you that little bowl full of seeds. So I had always felt like, okay, if you're still in the cult, like if you're actively in the cult, then you don't belong at women's events because you obviously think you're male, number one. And number two, you are a fucking traitor to your sex, right? But my opinion on the D-trans was always like, oh my God, these poor girls, what they've been through, it's just awful, and they deserve all of the love and support that we can give them. And of course, welcome them back to our community with open arms. And I think what I learned this weekend kind of is tempering that a little bit, because I didn't know, like, I guess I never thought about it, that women would go back once you had, because here's the thing, you come back, you collect all of the, I just noticed that the freaking elderberry has fallen over and needs to be supported. I need to fix that stat. Sorry. Just a little gardening emergency. Those are the seeds up there that should turn into berries eventually. Here's some. We haven't had berries yet. I suspect the squirrels are going to eat them. Oh, they've eaten every one of my fucking hazelnuts that I carefully wrapped up in there. I caught a squirrel in there the other day. I scared the living bejesus out of it, but they are still coming and going as they please. So I kind of have to temper my enthusiasm for them coming back in our spaces, because, okay, so you're coming back yet again, sucking up time and energy from lesbians in their own space. And I gotta say, like, frankly, and this is just me, but, you know, the thing that attracts me to my wife is the fact that she's female, and she looks female, and she smells female, and, you know, when you've been, and she sounds female, right? You know where I'm going with this. And the longer that you're on those fucking drugs, like, the more masculine traits that you end up with, such as Adam's apple, body hair in what would be an unusual place for a woman, and also like the coarseness of it, I guess. Of course, the voice, just the way that you smell, the way that you look, it's different. And that's another thing. I had an experience in the showers too at this event. So I'm in the shower, you know, or heading to the shower, as you are, and it's lovely. You're out in nature, just everyone's naked because it's a bunch of women. Who cares, right? Well, imagine my surprise when I look up and there's a fucking man standing in front of me. I almost lost my shit. It turns out it was, I'm assuming, a D-trans, but full fucking beard and body full of body hair, coarse hair, you know, Adam's apple, male pattern baldness, forgot that one, male pattern baldness. So when you're just in the shower and you just look up really quick, what do you read that as? You read it as a fucking male in your fucking shower with you, and it's fucking terrifying and off-putting. And you can, I mean, pile on, whatever, say whatever you want. I'm just telling you, I am not the only one who feels that way, okay? I am not the only one. So here's what I'm gonna suggest. Like, if you leave the community and become a sex trader, you know, more power to you, but that's what you are. And then you decide to come back, you know, I think we as a community need to be a little more circumspect with these girls until they have done what I can only call a little bit of penance to show us that they're not here just to suck more resources from us and to tell us how, oh, there's really some trans, and to terrify us in the shower. Like, you know what? Make a little effort, because I'll tell you, there's bearded women there, and they don't do that to me because they look like fucking women with, you know, their beards. It's not the same kind of facial hair configuration at all. You all know what I'm talking about. You know, there's plenty of, one of my favorite gals there is a bearded woman. She was a goddamn hoot. And not one time did she ever look like anything but a woman to me. You know? I'm not going to name any names, but I'm hugging her. I don't think she watches any videos, but oh, she was great. Anyway, what a light. So, I'm distracted. So, okay, so, you know, you have places like the Women of Color tent where women of color can get the fuck away from all the white ladies for a minute, which I totally agree with, because well-meaning or not, I believe we are exhausting in general, you know, and I'm all for that. And I kind of feel like, and this is a young lesbian problem, right? It's not going to be something that us olds probably necessarily need, but I can see from a young lesbian's point of view where they might want a little bit of space where it's, you know, born women who stayed women and didn't engage in the self-harm and the self-harm that led to lots of social accolades, right? And attaboy, not attagirl, attaboys, and you know, all the social currency that one of those youngsters could possibly ask for. They got a lot out of it at the time. And yeah, it's brutal and horrible, and I wish that none of them would do that to themselves. But that, you know, at the end of the day, it is your choice to do that. So I think you need to be sensitive and cognizant of the fact that there might be gals that, you know, aren't attracted to you, certainly. It's the same thing, like, if you know, if Consuelo had been a gold star and said, well, I don't want to get with you because you're not a gold star, yeah, understood, right? Like, there are different life experiences and different commitments that that you can't, it's just another boundary, right? Big deal. People have a right, women have a right to set those in whatever way. Aren't these cute? I think they're called teddy bear. In whatever way serves them. And it's not our job to question that. And I think with the look at this, we got some, oh my god, look what's happening. These are the coolest ones, Mus de Provence. Hopefully they'll come in. I'm so excited. I haven't seen that yet. They're like these bumpy gray crazy looking ones. Oh my gosh, I hope it works. So I would like anyone who is returning to the community after having decided to go that route to keep that in mind, and to also keep in mind that maybe your opinions on the subject in a radical feminist space aren't like super welcome, or you know, and how did you end up where you are, you know? It's time to do some, the morning glories are all folded up for the night. Do some self reflection and and also have some empathy for how other people around, how other women around you might react to. Oh my gosh, there's another one way down at the end there. See that? It's a tiny one. I gotta tie that up tomorrow. How other women around you might react to you and why, and that's okay. That they're absolutely within their rights to want an all-female space that is indeed an all-female space and not a, I think I've belabored my point enough, but so that's what I want to say about that. Again, I still do have a lot of empathy for what the detransers have gone through, but I would ask also that it go the other way, and that you consider ways that you can demonstrate to your community how you have realized what you've done, and how to make up for that. And yeah, okay. Everybody have a great night, evening. I'm about to put the girls to bed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.